Hey friends, I am at one of the busiest Costco's in the country, and I'm here to talk to you about their pizza. Not the one that you're thinking of, which is the Cafeteria by the slice that you get at the store, but what I think is their better house pizza, which is their frozen pizza. So let's fight through the crowds here and get a couple samples. Okay, so I'm out here. I went to the Cafeteria and got their famous $1.99 slice of pepperoni. The style, if you will, is the pizza is kind of very doughy. You're not seeing a ton of char at all. It's just kind of golden and it's very soft. So not the regular style of pizza that I eat. But is there such a thing as bad pizza? That's a philosophical question. What makes this pizza work here is really not the dough, which is pretty forgettable, to be honest. It's really good pepperoni. It is enjoyable if you're running errands and you haven't had a meal yet. But I want to talk about my favorite Costco pizza, and that's the one you make at home in your own oven. So Kirkland is the private label house brand of Costco. You can see here that the box comes with 4 frozen pizzas, and much like what we talked about with their Cafeteria's pizza slice, one thing I really like about this pizza is that they use really good quality pepperoni. Okay, so you don't have to do this with your frozen pizza, but this is my secret hack to elevating your frozen pizza. Key thing you want to do is you want to get either a pizza steel, pizza stone, or in this case I have a cast iron pizza pan. What we want to do is get that hot, and there's a second step that I'm going to show you right before we put the pizza in that's going to improve the quality of your frozen pizza. Alright, I got this out of the freezer and I'm just going to cut off the wrapping. Usually the pepperoni shakes around in the packaging, so I like to kind of spread them out a little bit more evenly before I get it into the oven. For that crispy crust, here is the little secret. So now I got my pizza pan. It's quite hot and absorbed the heat. What I'm doing is I'm adding a little bit of extra virgin olive oil and spreading it around here. Here's why. Extra virgin olive oil has a very low smoke point, and what that's going to do is that's going to interact with the bottom of the crust, if you will, and help give it that nice browning that we're looking for. Not only is this great for frozen pizza, but obviously if you're making your own homemade pizza, this is a must-have. I got a link in the description below for steel pizza stone and this cast iron pizza pan. I do receive a small commission that does not add to the total price of your product. It does help me make more videos, but this I've had for over a decade and it served me well. Now this is something you can do with a steel or your cast iron pan. It's a little bit of a cheat, and what I do is I get it hot on the stove. This gets hot pretty fast, and then I'll transfer this to the oven. Typically you'd want this in the oven for about an hour, so this is going to shave a lot of time off. Alright, oh yeah, nice and toasty. Lift up a little bit. You see we get that browning on the crust. Probably got a little bit more than we wanted, so I'd probably next time do a couple minutes less. But you see how that method, it's going to help you escape the typical thing that happens with frozen pizza, is where you get a soft soggy dough, and here you're getting a nice crispy crust. Finish it with some freshly cracked pepper. It just kind of adds to a nice popping flavor. We'll allow it to cool a little and then taste. The pizza has cooled down, so let's talk about how this compares to the by the slice cafeteria style that you get in the store. You see that the store slice that we had earlier was really puffy and quite doughy and very sponge-like, and that's really not my preferred style. And what we got here is more of a thin crust, and I feel like the ratio of crust to sauce, to cheese, to toppings are more in harmony. Okay, now let's see how it tastes. Crispy thin crust. You got some of the char of the cheese, which is, I love the texture of that. Nice sauce, and that pepperoni, which I believe is the same pepperoni that's used in their cafeteria style pizza, is really good. For the price you pay for a 4-pack of these, I think it's better than a lot of the national grocery store brand frozen pizzas.